back to Everyday Kentucky. The Midway Bourbon and Blues event is taking place next month.
Sounds exciting, and joining us to tell us more about the event is Elisha Holt. Thank you so much for coming in. We were talking a little bit before we came on air about just how exciting this is. So just tell us a little bit about the event.
Okay, so Midway Bourbon and Blues. I'm super excited about this event. So it's June 10th and 11th in downtown Midway. The event is completely free to attend. So even if you're not a person who's interested in tasting bourbon, you can come out and enjoy the other things we have going on. So we have an authentic blues stage, lots of amazing Central Kentucky musicians. So Soup Bone and the Cornbread Horns are going to be playing on Saturday. We're going to have Elvis Cocktail, Cheap Whiskey, Whole Shot, just a whole amazing lineup of musicians. In addition to that, we're going to have fine artists that are traveling from about a 10-state area that are all going to be set up, and then of course crafters, and then the local merchants are all going to be there and open. So if you choose to participate in our bourbon tasting, so we have 15 different vendors who are supplying an opportunity to sample. That includes 11 different bourbon distilleries, 2 wineries, and 2 breweries. And so all are going to have a bourbon or a bourbon-related product that you can purchase. You purchase a pass from the association, and you go tent to tent, and you turn in a ticket, and they're going to give you a sample of whatever their recommended product is for the day.
That sounds
and
cool.
you said do a little bit of walking around in between. You don't have to go to every one of them once, right?
That's it. So your tasting pass gets you 10 opportunities, and you can literally come hang out with us for the whole day. There's so much to do, and there's so many things happening. So you truly can enjoy it in a really responsible manner. So and it is a 2-day festival. So you could come in on Saturday, get your tasting passes, do 5 on Saturday, and do 5 on Sunday, and really take advantage of the full experience.
Now, how do you get those passes?
That's a great question. There's a pre-sale happening right now. So the pre-sale passes are available at midwaykentucky.org. Pre-sale price is only $30 per pass, which is a steal for a bourbon tasting pass. And then day of show, we'll actually have tents set up throughout the festival where you can purchase those, and they're going to be $40 per person at the actual show.
And you're going to have some other vendors there, as you said. You're going to have some crafters and all those other odds and ends. How many of the outside of bourbon tasting, how many other vendors you're going to have like that?
We actually are going to have a total of about 120 tents set up in downtown.
Oh, wow.
So, and with 15 of those being the bourbon pass. So yeah, so lots of other things to do. So also, of course, we'll have lots of food trucks there. There are some amazing restaurants in Midway, so you could go in somewhere and enjoy a delicious lunch. And of course, all the great shopping opportunity that exists there every single day.
And just because I don't know, is this an annual event? And if so, what's the turnout been like in the past?
So this is actually a recreation of an event that's about 19 years old called Francisco's Farm Art Fair. Last year, the committee said, Elisha, what do we need to do to spice it up? So Midway, it's actually Midway Bourbon and Blues at Francisco's Farm, which is just a tie-in to the history of Midway. At some point, there was a guy named John Francisco, I believe, who owned essentially all of Midway, and he sold part of the town to the railroad tracks, and so that's part of the charm of Midway is that it's centrally located on a railroad track, and you can actually see, you know, a lot of times people will ask when they're in town, especially if they're not from Midway, like, oh, does the train actually use those tracks? Yes, it is an active railroad track. So, so it's just part of the whole experience. It really adds to it.
It's a really enchanting little place, and folks have a really good chance to come out there June 10th and June 11th for the Midway Bourbon and Blues Festival. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys.
Awesome.
And come hang out with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.